Let's talk about the mayor of Johannesburg. That office has become a really hot seat. Any politician who sits in that office is really facing trouble. Now, yesterday, the Democratic Alliance mayor, Dr. Mpho Phalatse, was removed from office. She lasted 430 days as mayor of Johannesburg. And the vote of no confidence vote was the second vote of no confidence in her, but this time it was successful and procedural.
I'm overwhelmed. I feel sad for our residents. I feel sad for the city. The city was in good hands, and it's really sad that it ended like this.
Some thoughts on Mayor Mpho Phalatse. I think that she was a good mayor, and I think that her party may have been the wrong vehicle for her to reach her full potential because of the way it behaved. Now, from what I know about her and my interactions with her, she was serious about the issues. She was doing due diligence to make sure that she could deliver at the right level for everyone. And she's a brilliant person who is focused on detail and knows how to assemble a management team. I think part of it comes from the medical training because she's a medical doctor. She's somebody who has a master's degree in public health and somebody who has worked in public health care for a very long period of time. But the methodological process of treating a patient, I think, helps you when you're dealing with a systemic issue, such as, the systemic issues which face a city. When you're a doctor, you do a diagnosis, you design a treatment plan for a patient, and you do a systemic analysis, and you have to treat in a way that you actually get a patient to full health. So it requires you to prepare a treatment plan that is robust and holistic. And it looked to me that's exactly what she was doing in the office. So I've spoken to her, I've listened to her, do interviews, etc. And I think her leadership style and acumen is something that I can vouch for and say she actually impressed me. However, I think that she was in a bad party and a bad moment for what was happening. I mean, she still is in the party and she's contesting for leadership, so maybe she can change those things. But I think that the Democratic Alliance national leadership made the job hard for her. They took a very abrasive approach to other opposition parties within the city of Johannesburg. For example, the EFF, the demonization, the alienation, and abrasive language against the EFF, and sometimes even against Action SA, made it very difficult for them to continue to foster the kind of goodwill that you need to get a coalition like this to be sustained. And sometimes they're just blatantly unwilling to do the emotional intelligence work to sustain at a national level the goodwill required. And I'm not sure whether at some point this was because John Steenhuisen, would really have Mpho Phalatse on the bench as she challenges him for leadership than actually as the mayor of Johannesburg. So I don't know if some of that was deliberate on his part. But let's now talk about the position of mayor in and of itself. It has become a very unstable position. Pakstow served in that position for 1,900 days. Herman Mashaba followed him and served in that position for close to 1,200 days. Jeff Makubo followed, and you can see that the trend is going in the wrong direction, 583 days. Jolie D. Madongo followed him. He served in that office for 39 days. Then you had Mpho Morane, who served in that office for 52 days. Both died in car accidents. You make up your mind as to what you think about that. Then you have Mpho Phalatse, who came in 430 days. Question is, in the coming days, when a new mayor is elected into that position of mayor of Johannesburg, how long will they last? Considering the dynamics on the ground, considering that we're basically in election season nationally, and considering that the number of days in office basically has been less than 600 for everyone else and less than 100 for the last two ANC mayors who sat in that position. I think that this just shows the volatility of the political moment right now and just the general difficulty of running coalitions as things stand. The coalition in Tshwane right now is also very unstable. There's a possibility that the mayor of Tshwane may not be in that position for a very long period of time. And this is the situation in which Mpopalatse has lost her job, the context in which she has lost her job. So we'll see, obviously, how things unfold. But as things stand, it's a very difficult time to be a mayor in a major metropolitan municipality at this particular point in time.